Hello and welcome. We are talking today on the WSA TV Women's Premiere Show with Gail Watson. Hi, Gail.
Hi, everyone.
And we're talking about online networking and how it can open up a whole world of possibilities for you and your business. But there are some tips, some do's, some don'ts, some things to be aware of. And maybe you haven't quite adopted yet or adapted into the whole world of online networking. Well, Gail, I know you have a lot of information for us, but tell us, what is the state of networking today?
Well, the state of networking today, as you know, we are online.
Right here, right here.
Right here. Those traditional ways, which I miss dearly, of course, those traditional ways of meeting in person and large gatherings and having fun and that social interaction um, are no longer available to us at this time. So it has really, are we finding these, our networking world is 100% online. And when we think about our businesses, one of the biggest challenges we're facing right now is we still want to get visibility about our message, about our business. That has not changed. Um, so, and so now it opens up this world of online networking. And what we're finding, because we've been doing a lot of networking, is I think we need some training in this area to really maximize it.
I think we do. I think a lot of us are experiencing Zoom burnout and things like that. But also, what I love about what the Women Speakers Association has done this year with the Global Business Connector program is brought many networking opportunities online. So where do we go if we are, how can we think about this? What can we do if we're experiencing the Zoom burnout because we're all on virtual, we're all doing these live streams or meetings on live, on Zoom, on FaceTime, on whoever knows, Skype, wherever you are. But and we think about, oh, now I have to go and go meet people online again.
Right. So when it comes to that, really, I think we have to really reframe what networking is when we're online, right? Networking is the opportunity to share what you do to bigger audiences, to wider audience, to reach geographically where you were never able to reach before. So you almost have to think of it, if we start to reframe it as mini speaking gigs, right? Um,
Yeah.
there's a lot of power in 2 minutes, even 1 minute, when you do it right. I am also hearing out there in the field that, there's a lot of excuses with online networking. Oh, I just can't take it anymore. So many hours on Zoom, and now we're becoming Zoomophobes or something. But what we have to really do is embrace it and take a look at it, accept it, and work within it. And that's what I want to share with you today, some ideas on how you can work within this world to really maximize your opportunity, because there's a lot more opportunity online networking than in live.
Yeah, and I love that idea of reframing your meetings online, your online networking. And so many places are doing this. And I know we are offering with our Global Business Connectors so many opportunities to network online. And you want to do it right. You want to make sure you maximize that time and you don't just show up to because you think you have to. You show up with a purpose and an intention. So how can people show up and really maximize their events and make the most of the online networking time?
Okay, perfect. You have to think of mindset first off, right? And again, if we take out the word networking and let's call it mini speaking opportunities, what would you do for that, right? If you were invited to speak in front of a room, what would you do? Well, you would prepare. You would make sure you were dressed appropriately for that room. You would show up on time, not even on time, you would show up way ahead of time, right? You would have followed up and you would have had your tips clearly spelled out, right? You would have rehearsed some things. So let's take that live world and let's turn it to the online world. Nothing's changed. Okay. It is about, so you have this opportunity to get out there, be seen, register for online networking events. Absolutely. You can squeeze in many in a day, right? The big thing is show up. And when you show up 5 minutes before that Zoom room opens. It says something to the organizer when you're there early. It also says something even stronger when you're popping into the room 3, 4, 5 minutes late. Would you
Mm.
really do that in a live event? Open up the doors, have the room turn and look at you? It's exactly what goes on online, right? So remember, how you do anything is how you do everything, and people are watching. So if you're trying to make an impression for this organizer, if this organizer is an influencer and is putting on these type of events, well, then you want to go with your best foot forward and look at how you're showing up. So one is that time aspect, absolutely. Professionally dressed, groomed, right? Uh, I
Have some
know.
makeup on.
Right, right. What happens from the waist down? It's all that whole. Um, but we do want to, show up in a place that. One thing with what I find with Zoom is they're screenshotting. People are taking screenshots, and then I'm seeing it posted later in social media. So always being aware that there's a smile on your face, working that way, that pose is really important.
It is.
Your pitch. Okay, you're in this environment. If you're not doing breakouts, you may be going around robin where everybody gets a chance, and they might be getting a minute or 2 minutes. Make sure you have a variety of different. If there's somebody says you have 2 minutes, Laura, you have 1 minute, Laura, make sure you have a couple different pieces for you. If you could, the great thing as well is you can have them written down, put them on little sticky notes, put them around your computers as your own very own personal teleprompter, right? So you can have those little cheat sheets around you. But it's maximizing that time, whether it's 60 seconds or 2 minutes, to really get through to this group who you are and the value you bring. Okay.
And I think if you do have that time, you have to respect that time, right?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's when we're in those breakouts, and the moderator, one thing that is tough to do is have people manage those individual breakout rooms, and so it really is on ourselves. There was a tip recently by one of our global business connectors where the facilitator shared, okay, everybody, hold up your phone right now. Okay, set it to timer, and when we go into breakout rooms and it's your turn to talk, hit start. You have 60 seconds. Please respect that. Right?
Timer. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, am I being timed?
No, no, you're not actually. But I'm just saying that's a really good tool to
Isn't
use
that a good
yourself.
one?
It's a fabulous one. Even if the speaker doesn't or the leader doesn't tell you to do it, respect the time, show that be the model, because there might be other people who are going to not respect it. And you really have to not give them that excuse to do that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially if you say, "Oh, I'm going to set my timer. Do you want me to set the time for everybody?" That kind of.
Yeah. The leader will do that. Be a leader, stand out in that group for sure. The other place that's a really hot piece of property in a online networking session is the chat box. Have
Mm.
pre-prepared, pre-prepared, perhaps on a Word document that you can copy and paste your contact information and all of that, or have a little blurb and then your URL or how people can contact you, or if you're giving away that free gift for an opt-in, copy paste, just put it into the chat to everyone. Not very many people are using that chat feature.
Yeah.
So it's a great place to be able to put yourself out there.
And by the way, if you notice other people in there, if you can jot down their names, you can go find them on LinkedIn and connect with them after, just like you would do in a real networking situation. Don't be spammy about it, but you can be real. Hey, I met you, or we didn't have a chance to meet, but I saw your name pop in on that, or I heard you talking about such and such. I'd love to connect with you, right?
Absolutely, because this is the play. I mean, after all, what is networking? It is building relationships. It's that step one in building the relationship. So it's as if somebody has given you a card. What would be your next step? Would you then reach out to them? Would you call them? Would you invite them out, for a coffee? Whatever your next step is, it's the exact same process that has not changed,
Yeah.
right?
And
What
I'll give
has,
it
yeah, is the doors have opened up globally for you.
It's totally the world is your oyster when just from your home now you can get so much more visibility to people you never would have met outside of your own region or at a conference. And we've got some people here I just wanted to shout out to. So Christine, thanks for your comments about how you're listening. You will do and quoting you, Gail, how I
Oh,
do anything is how I do everything, and respecting the time and sharing contact. And Virginia's here. She's another Zoom meeting, but on a break. So thanks for joining us, Virginia, and thanks for the love, both of you as well. Really appreciate it. So, okay, maximizing your online networking time is really, really important. We also should talk about the real estate you have behind you,
absolutely. It's hot.
if you
If,
use it right.
if we use it right, that's right. So, if you think this is the view you have of me right now, so you know who I'm with, okay? Because you see, I have a poster in the background. So you can identify who I am. Now, if there's a screenshot going to happen, and that screenshot group Zoom gets now shared on social media, whenever you see my face, it'll be next to next to the logo. The same thing is true with a book. You can think of your book backgrounds. You can have a book made into a poster like this. You can have the book live sitting on a little shelf beside you. You want to keep that background neat. Again, how you do anything is how you do everything. I've been on, I see people's backgrounds all the time, and we see mess. Okay. We see clutter. We want to really clean that up, and you want to come through in that professional way. Now, if your environment doesn't allow you to do that, um, Zoom has those backgrounds that you don't even need a green screen for. Okay. The benefit to that is very, very easy. You can, Google Zoom backgrounds, click on it, save it. You can type over top of it. If you want to put your name, you find a nice picture, put your name over top. These are all really important areas of real estate. And one point to note, when you are working with one of those backgrounds that require the green screen or the non-green screen, what are they called? Virtual backgrounds. Uh, you've seen the place where people's arms will go up and they'll disappear, right? So it's on those type of environments where you have to be very conscious about sitting still and watching that your arms aren't moving. So little tricks
Or
that I
get the right lighting,
get
right?
the right lighting, put a light in front of you. I put little pillows, I tuck it in between each side of me to hold me in my chair so I don't start flailing around because I like to talk with my hands and do that. But you do that with a virtual background and you lose that kind of impact, right?
Yeah. The other thing is looking directly into the camera lens, not at the people while you're talking, just like I'm doing
Yes.
right now. And I know we practice that as much as possible. It's forgivable, but it really connects more with people. And I
Mhm.
find that when you do that, it it makes for you come across so much more credible as well when you connect,
Absolutely.
when you,
Yeah.
you really focus on it. It takes practice. All this stuff takes practice. And, I know that people are kind of skittish of getting on camera in the first place, but I promise you, you do it 100 times, you'll be really comfortable with it. So if you're
Yeah.
not yet at 100 and you're not yet comfortable, it's okay. You're going to get there. And you're probably going to be an overachiever because it's not going to take you 100 times.
All right. The a little trick that I use, I'll show you, is when because when you're on your screen, you see yourself, and it's only natural to want to look and go, "How's my hair doing? How is this jacket on straight?" So you're continually checking yourself out. So a quick little tip is just take a piece of paper, place it over top of your screen, and that way you won't be distracted by yourself, right? That you can stay focused on that little green dot just in front of you.
I like to say, and this is a behind the scenes tip that I give a lot of the WSA TV guests, is to imagine that green dot, that lens, that dot as a beautiful newborn baby's beautiful blue eye. And they have these like squishy cheeks that you just want to, squeeze, and you cannot take your eyes off of them. And then what happens? You're loving up the camera, right?
Yeah. You're loving up the camera.
You just love up that camera. And so love up the camera and they'll love you back, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. We really want you to, I mean, I'm hearing all over the place from members on different calls is when we were just on a call just before this and I said, what's happening in your business? What do you need in your business right now? What do you need in your business right now? And if you're in the chat, why don't you go ahead and chat in? What do you need right now?
Yeah.
Because one of the top needs I'm seeing is visibility. And visibility has never been easier. It's never been easier. So this is your time to seize this moment, right? And it's to get organized and to set out your time and take this online networking as make it important, be professional about it. Like this is a key marketing activity in your business. As you know, in Women Speakers Association, we have global business connectors. We're a large online global community, and now we have global business connectors representing localized communities in different cities around the world. And one of the events that they host is an online networking event. So in Women Speakers Association, you will see multiple events, multiple networking events going on every month all over the world. Now, this is good for you because as a premier member, you can attend these things. It doesn't matter if you live in Connecticut and you want to go to Scotland and network, you can do it, right? So, this is where our worlds just open up. And that word of you needing visibility goes away because you will be getting visibility. And these global business connectors actually have other opportunities where you can actually do have a business showcase or a spotlight or a speaker spotlight where you'll get a little bit more than the average person at that networking event. So you'll want to reach out and connect with those global business connectors for sure. And there's the URL right there.
Right there, wsalive.com/live-events. And also
Yeah,
you can see them. They pop up also on our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/Women Speakers Association. So join our Facebook group because you'll be introduced to the global business connectors who are leading up those online events. And then if you want to, and you'll hear and see when they are and where they are. And where they are is online right now. And I love that. And all premier members can go, right, to any of them?
absolutely.
And what about the rest of the public? Who can go?
Well, there's different events. The global business connectors, some run 100% for only members only. They will also run some events that are open to everyone, and there is a fee for that person to attend. These are well structured networking events. It's not just a bunch of people showing up at Zoom and random conversation. It is guided, it is facilitated in a way where people have equal opportunity, they get good showcase because your time is valuable. And we want you to attend these with the objective that you are gaining that visibility, you are getting your message out, and you do have ability to follow up with people. So these, our global business connectors are running unbelievable events. They're really, really good. And they're facilitating that those pieces like, hey, they're utilizing that chat, asking people to put things in the chat, asking people, helping facilitate that so it's a structured type environment. And the
Right.
words I've heard from people, it's not wasting my time. I've heard it all. People I've gone to so many that just waste my time. And these events are getting very good feedback that was a great use of my time.
The camaraderie and the sisterhood and the energy that's created at these events and with all Women Speakers Association communities is unlike anything I've ever experienced. And I keep hearing that over and over again from our premier members. And I think that's a testament to you and the energy that you've infused in this whole organization for getting people visibility through a method of collaboration. And Virginia is asking, what's the annual membership fee? That's a great question.
Okay. Well,
Because
thank you,
why
Virginia.
not join, right?
Why not join? Absolutely. Well, Virginia, if you go to www.join, JOIN, you'll see that what we have one membership, and it's a 149 activation fee. You can have two ways to pay for that. You can do your 149 activation fee. You can pay by the month, so pay as you go, 19.97 a month. After that's in US dollars. The second way is you can do it annually, where there's more of a savings. And also that 149 activation fee is actually on sale, and it's only 99 right now. So when you click
Woohoo.
on it, you'll see when it goes over to the shopping cart portion that you'll see it's actually only 99.
Secret
So
sale. I love it.
it's a sale.
That's awesome. So great. Yes, join WSA.com. Join our public Facebook group. Once you're a member, you get into the premier Facebook group with a whole lot more networking opportunities and opportunities for visibility. As Virginia, you were saying, that is key. And if you're looking for that, that's, we are having members report stellar breakthroughs in visibility for their business. Would you
Yeah.
say? You want to tell some stories?
Oh, with their breakthroughs in their, well, there's a few breakthroughs in their business, but by going to these events, um, there was a recent event in Connecticut by Shagri Griffiths Dunn, who puts on a really fun event. Music, lights, camera, action, a lot of fun. But she really set a stage. These are online events. When they're done properly and they're well thought out, these events are planned specifically with the objective in mind, is how to build and showcase opportunities for members, products, or services.
Mm.
It's been a tough year on all of us, right? And and we've created these businesses, entrepreneurs, for a reason. It's our passion, it's our heart, and we want to get them out there. So it was very important to ensure that the events that we were creating online could really satisfy that. So it's not just about coming to hear that guest expert and getting tips and points. It's also about being able to have the opportunity to showcase your business. And in the program, with our Global Business Connectors, again, you have the opportunity to participate in any of their events and line up one of those speaker spotlights, those author spotlights, right? We're talking about uh, a, a 2-minute spotlight for the lowest rate is $50. Now,
That's
can if
great.
you take that in as a marketing dollars, that's a marketing expense. I mean, what would it cost if you were at a live event to buy one of those, showcase tables, or if you were flying somewhere? Those dollars can soon add up really quick.
Thousands of dollars.
You could literally put yourself on a global tour, speaking in Scotland, in London, throughout the United States, in Canada, for a quarter of the cost of what it would be to, or not even a quarter, way less than that, just to.
Even just in joining Women Speakers Association, you can get the visibility. And I've had our members tell us this over and over again. I love the visibility of coming on to something like this, the WSA TV's Women's Premiere Show. And then even when you get your profile up, and I know you help everybody get their speaker profile, which goes on the largest event planner directory out there. We've gotten people who get $10,000 gigs. I mean, that
Yeah,
happened
there's
recently, right?
very recent, with the, well, in the last 60 days, she has booked, I think, 12 or $13,000 in speaking opportunity. Now she is doing it right. She's putting herself out there in a big way. She's saying there are no excuses for not showing up on a call. She shows up on time, fresh, alive, knows what she's saying, comes with her enthusiasm, right? That energy. So you get to know just from the body language, everything. She's well branded behind her. So it's, just by doing all those little steps, this is what it can do for you. But the bottom line, just like in live networking, is show up. Show up. I know so many people register for events online, and the meeting planners are coming to me going, no, I had 50 people registered and only 10 people showed up, right? So what is it with our day that we can't, because we're online, that we can't schedule that into our calendar? Don't say yes if you're not planning on coming, because we set these environments. Um, for that meeting planner, they're wanting to guide us. They're wanting to go, okay, I have 20 people coming, so that they're setting up an agenda, a run sheet for their event to give people equal time. Well, if only 6 people show up, what does that do to our timeline? We have to continually hustle, So just have that, just like you would in an online or live
Might as
network.
well, don't commit yourself to something you can't keep. And when you do commit yourself, show up. And then, like, when you join Women Speakers Association, there's a lot of things to do. Join the things that you can, join in, show up for the things you can. You can watch replays of the things you can't, and definitely do this first step, which Virginia's wowing, which is get your speaker profile updated. And Gail, you walk people through the first Wednesday of the month on how to do that. So
Yeah, Virginia, yeah, you get all our members. If you go to find a speaker, you get a professional speaker profile that's listed in our directory. It is part of the #1 database of professional speakers in the world. So it's a big visibility tool for sure. And we run a class the first Wednesday of every month. It's an open call for all members to come to. We talk about your profile, go over it. We talk about how to find those right opportunities for you. So it's a great tool if you use it.
great. Well, I want to invite everybody again to join our Facebook group, and also to start looking and connecting with our global business connectors and showing up at their events, or looking at their events and seeing what you really speaks to you. Where in the world do you want to show up? But you can do that from the chair in front of your computer. It's really great. But one other thing I wanted to mention about a tip. A lot of us have laptops, and the nature of a laptop is to look down on it. If you can, please do whatever you can, actually, to raise that laptop so that your lens is at eye level. Not the screen, that lens, that thing right there. And so that you're looking at the camera at eye level or above. Otherwise, it's a really funky angle. We might be seeing up your nose where you're looking down on people. That's a bad message. Just raise it up on 3 or 4 books, and you'll look a whole lot more settled, and not like you're casually just, binge watching Zoom or something. you know. It's
Absolutely.
part of the professional mystique. That is a pet peeve of mine, but I love what you had to say. Everything, all these tips about how to network and get more leads into your business. And we're doing it in mass, and we're getting great feedback. In fact, I think we're going to have some people sharing with that on another show later on.
We are. We just recently ran a networking event for some of our members. Actually, we're doing a global networking, online networking, for our premier members. This is going to be a very exciting time. And we want to make sure all of you really maximize your time there. And so watch for your Monday emails. Make sure you're receiving those Monday emails, so that when we send that link out to you, you can just click on it and register. Register if you're going to show up, and you put it in your calendar, right?
Yep.
But yeah, that's going to be a really good one. That's coming up.
Yeah. And so they have to be a member to be a part of that one, right?
Yeah, that's a premier member only online networking. We'll be doing breakout rooms. We'll be doing speaker showcases. We'll be doing author showcases. So those spots are available for as a premier member if you are interested in claiming one of those spots, because there's only 4. You can hit me up with an email. Or go to info@womenspeakersassociation.com. I'd be happy to share some info with you on that.
That's awesome. And you can get our speaker success plan at joinwsa.com. You can join us and Virginia, welcome to the group. Welcome to the Facebook group. We look
Oh,
forward to seeing you hopefully as a full Premier member. And in the meantime, enjoy the group and enjoy our live streams. And we'll be back next week with another one. And in the meantime, happy networking. Thank you, Gail, for all your wisdom. And we'll see you in the groups. Bye for now.